Call it the new New York, a Manhattan-like project that's springing up from former marshland in the Binhai New area of Tianjin. New York's world-renowned Juilliard School is setting up here, and the Rose Rock Group, of Rockefeller family fame, plans to build a tower too. Looks like a thriving metropolis, right? Well, many of these skyscrapers sit empty, whistling in the wind. You know what the spooky thing about wandering around a city that's been built from the ground up? You can't tell whether it's just been completed or whether this is post-apocalypse. There's nobody here. You have to imagine this being a busy crosswalk in the middle of Manhattan, but there's nobody here. It's quiet.
I think probably there wasn't as much initial investor interest or participation as they had anticipated. So I believe they thought there would be more participation by private developers, and I think that has been slower.
Tianjin is about a 2-hour drive southeast of Beijing, and the Binhai Central Business District of Yujiapu is another 45 minutes from there, in a river oxbow not unlike Manhattan. Conch Bay is the area across the river to the west, much like New Jersey is to New York. This is what planners hope the area will look like eventually. But there's a long way to go.
These high-rise buildings remind me of big cities like Shanghai and Shenzhen, but this place is dead. It doesn't have the right atmosphere. I think it's such a waste.
Work seems to be halted on the glorious Oriental Towers, a sprawling office and residential project in Conch Bay, and this planned 1,200-room, 5-star Country Garden Phoenix Hotel is nothing but a shell with no workers in sight. It was slated to be completed 2 years ago. Chinese-born but New York-based equity analyst Junheng Li says China's excess inventory and subsequent property market slowdown is nearing a crisis.
Investors should be very cautious about developers with weaker balance sheets. If a developer is operating a single-digit margin, imagine 20 to 30% ASP contraction, it's going to knock them out. So yeah, I think it's not going to end too well.
The situation here in Binhai illustrates the risks of relying on debt-fueled real estate and infrastructure spending to sustain growth. A Tianjin local government financing vehicle tied to these developments saw revenue and profit fall last year and has more than $5.5 billion in debt due this year and next. That being said, the vacancy rate here doesn't necessarily mean Yujiapu will ultimately fail.
I don't think the Tianjin government's going to allow the project to stand there as distressed assets. Yujiapu is working off of the plan similar to Lujiazui, where they strong-arm a few SOEs to come in as the first couple anchor tenants or take over a few buildings. My impression is that the Tianjin government has the power to do that, but I don't think it will be easy.
If anyone is out there.
Remember Will Smith in that post-apocalyptic New York City film, I Am Legend? Well, it's not going to be that easy either to populate this city that's pretty much devoid of life. Stephen Engle, Bloomberg, Tianjin.